Hey, welcome along. First inaugural bit of video for Run7. So first obvious question is, why am I stood in a field? It's a solid question. Welcome to rural Warwickshire. This is actually where I grew up, which carries with it some significance because the path you can see behind me was, in my memory, the first place I ever put any training runs in. So I'm going back into my kind of late teenage years, playing a lot of sports at the time, and when I was training for the next big tournament, the next big training camp, this is where I would come to put those yards in. The training runs that no one sees, the training runs that are simply just about you trying to get yourself into the best possible state. So a nostalgic trip for me in some ways, but I thought a fitting place to talk to you about Run7. So what is Run7? What is it all about? Well, Run7 is a world first series of marathon and ultramarathon events staged at the 7 natural wonders of the world. Beautiful, immense and epic locations on this amazing planet. And they include the Northern Lights, Everest, the Grand Canyon, Great Barrier Reef, Victoria Falls, the harbour at Rio de Janeiro, you know, the one with Christ the Redeemer, a Paracutin volcano in Mexico. It's 7 incredible locations to stage what will be an amazing series of events. I've chosen these 7 locations because I was trying to find a visual metaphor to use as a vehicle to talk about the impact that we as a generation have had on the planet. So what better visual content than to show you the most beautiful places on Earth. I mean, this field in Warwickshire is looking pretty damn good, but doesn't quite compete. So I'm going to talk, as well as doing the events, I'm going to use them as a vehicle to talk about the impact that we have on the planet in each of the locations. So yes, I'm going to talk about polar ice caps because I'll be standing on one, trying to run probably. I will be talking about the impact of deforestation, the carbon cycle, when I'm in Rio, when I'm in Brazil, when I'm in Mexico. I'm going to be talking about the quality of the oceans when I'm at the Great Barrier Reef, because fundamentally a lot of our kids will not live long enough to see the Barrier Reef in any type of shape, because frankly we've destroyed it. The ecosystem there has been completely rinsed, and that ultimately is also part of the why. The sad reality is that I don't think history will look too kindly at our generation's impact on the planet. We haven't experienced a great war, thank God, or a great depression, maybe a few recessionary years, but chin up and all that. Ultimately our generation has bought and used a lot of stuff. We have a very consumer demand driven generation, and I think, for what it's worth, many of us have confused the accumulation of stuff somehow with one of our success factors. It doesn't make us bigger or better people to own more shit. But fundamentally that is what we've done. If you look at where the global demand and capitalism has kicked in since the 50s to what we do now, history will adjudge, I suspect, that we've pretty much ransacked the planet to own shit. Not a brilliant moment. Okay, so a slightly somber note, but it's enough that it makes you want to do something about it. I've spent 20 years working for big business, driving the capitalist machine. Great industries, thoroughly enjoyed it, but this is about doing something more purposeful. So that's Run7. It's going to be incredible, it really is. I cannot wait to share the stories, and that's ultimately what this is about. It's about creating dialogue. It's about sharing the best of what's working. It's not about finger pointing and me stood there trying to apportion blame for things. That's completely pointless. This is about sharing the best of what is working, and actually some simple small things that we can all do that will make a difference. Consumers, the choices we make, the brands that we support, the businesses we support, those of us that run businesses, the footprint your business creates. Some simple things, but things that I want to get some dialogue around to help us do things differently. So much more to come. I'm really excited, and I really hope that I can convince you to support in any small way. So catch you soon, and enjoy your evening. Cheers.